Yes. Okay. Welcome to Coffee Connect, everybody. I'm Roddy. I'm the host. Listen, man, we have finished up a month-long discussion on technology, AI, adaptation, how it fits into our lives, right? Whether it's our job searches, our business, all these other things. I got to give a shout out to a couple people, right? Brandy uh, gave us a great discussion on applicant tracking system and gave us the perspective of both recruiters and the job seekers, right? Ray came in and talked to us about master prompts, right? And I think all of us learned lessons. And then last week we finished that up with diving in, kind of using some of our prompting skills a little bit to help uncover what our limiting beliefs are and how we can rephrase those limiting beliefs into positive notes, right? So that we can reaffirm to ourselves that, man, we are worthy, we do deserve, and we are good enough to do the things that we are set out to do. And so if you enjoyed today's conversations, I do want to encourage you, email me at ccinfo@addictedtoconnecting.com. I'm happy to add you in to the email list, right? And so you guys don't miss out on the upcoming episodes. Our website is always there at www.addictedtoconnecting.com, where you can not only see what the new episodes are, but you can also go back to the YouTube channel from there and check out the recordings, right, from previous sessions. And you might be able to go back and get some of those lessons. If you're missing resources, like there was something put out in the session, just reach out to me. I'm happy. I've got them all saved and stuff. I'm more than happy to send you over the master prompt sheets and stuff like that, especially that we've been handing out over this last month, guys. And today, guys, we're going to dive into this. It is going to be kind of fast and furious, right, as we go through today. Coffee Connected Olympics. No, you're not going to have to move from your chair, right? This is all about taking some of the things that we know about networking and putting it into exercise in our groups of people. And so we're not going to go do this audience or this opening ceremony piece, right? But everyone is going to play roles today, right? Everyone's going to play an athlete role, meaning you're going to be the giver of whatever it is we're trying to accomplish or the objective. You're also going to be the audience at some point, and you're also going to be the judge of how well things might be going in meeting the objectives that we're going to put out to you, right? Not only are you going to do all three of these, but you're going to do all three of these in all three breakouts that we're going to have today, right? And so the first thing I would put out, screenshot this and put it off to the side somewhere, because you want to know, like, what are my responsibilities as the athlete, as the audience, as the judge. Okay. I know this, you're like, Rodney is speaking 50 miles an hour, right? I mean, we are going to go fast, right? So I'll give you another second here to screenshot this, right? Athletes, audience, and judges. I can always send it back out to you if you need it, right? And so we're going to do 3 scenarios today. And then we're going to do a group scenario overall, right? First one, we're going to do archery target practice. This is all about goals, clarities, and self-awareness, right? Shoot for your target. Explain what your target is. We want to understand the clarity in that target. We'll have more further directions on this in a little bit here. But second one is going to be triathlon. Triathlon means that you do 3 different things in one event. And so those 3 things are all going to be about curiosity, vulnerability, and connection, right? Event number 3. It's not just basketball, but I think one of the most powerful players in basketball isn't necessarily the shooter. It's the person who can visualize the entire court and know who to pass the ball to make the shot, right? And so assist in basketball is what that is. And so we're going to talk about assist that we can provide and how well we can get good at that, right? And then the last thing, we'll come back together as a whole group and we're going to do a baton pass, right? On our relay race to the end as we close out the day. And so event number 1, right? Again, screenshot this. Jeff, go ahead and get the breakout rooms ready to go. 3 people, right?
You said minimum 3, but I can do...
Yeah, minimum 3. If you've got 4, you just might have 2 judges in there. Just make sure you're identifying roles, everyone, as you start, right? I'll give you an example. So if there's me and Chris and Jeff and Lori all in a room, right? Obviously, someone's going to go first. Call them the athlete, right? Somebody else is going to be the audience, cheering them on and hopefully providing some encouragement and some means of guidance, right, towards where they're going with the objection or the objective. And then the other 2 are really just kind of sitting around judging as to, one, how clear was Chris at telling me what his goals were or what he was aiming for? How good I might have been in providing feedback, right? That's the cheering piece, right? And encouragement in those two senses. And in the end, we'll have some talks about that, but that's what the goals are. And then we'll just switch roles where Jeff will be the athlete and Lori will be the audience, and Chris and I will be the judge, right? And we'll just rotate through. So everybody hopefully gets an opportunity to do all three roles throughout the 12 minutes that we're going to go.
You want to set this room for 12 minutes? Is that what you're saying?
We're going to set it for 12 minutes.
All right. I've got 11 minutes with a 1 minute countdown.
So listen, and I think one thing that we've learned, right, is like if you got to sit around and think about it, you're not clear on it. If you got to sit around and think about it, I talk about like when we bring people in, I say, hey, who are three people that would want to see you succeed in our business? And if people have to think about it, those folks probably aren't that important to them, right? And we want them to understand that. Right? Like we want them to understand how fast, like it ain't about the speed that we answered, but we should be able to provide clarity in what we're doing. And if not, then we want to be able to provide feedback so we can get clear on what we're trying to do. Is everybody with me? Screenshot this if you need to. Jeff's got it set for 12 minutes. Introduce yourselves. I'll see you guys back here shortly. Have a good breakup. And I'll tell you, man, nothing warms my heart more than to pop into rooms and see people leading other people, right? And hearing folks take charge and hopefully getting through the conversations and stuff. And I think that's so big. And when we're talking about like athletes or team events and things like that, someone's always going to be out there helping to direct what's going on. So kudos to those of you that were in there doing that as well. Kudos to all of us, man. I heard some great conversations, right? And some great insight as to how to get past those obstacles, right? That might be stopping you from doing more or getting more out of the networking and relationship building that you're doing and stuff. And so kudos to all of you. Before we move on to the next event, I'm going to open the floor up. Does anybody else have anything to share or that they'd like to share with the group?
Daniel, go ahead. I have a question. I think we did this right. There were three of us in our group. One person was the one that was going through and sharing their networking relationship goal. The other person was there primarily to encourage, and the other person was just to kind of offer feedback if this was a clear goal. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. And then rotate them.
Oh, we didn't get time to do that during our time.
So, and I think most people got a chance to rotate as well a couple times at least. Hopefully everyone got a chance to do a couple of the roles and get some understanding. And you might have even heard something from somebody else that you were like, oh my gosh, like that applies to me too, right? And stuff. I know in two of the rooms, actually, I came across people that they knew what they wanted to do, right? But they weren't sure like how to go about doing it and stuff. And so that's what the pleasure is about getting around other people that aren't just in it for themselves. We're actually in it to give and help each other, right? Grow and do the things that we want to do in our lives and stuff. So this is where, because of time, we got to keep moving here. We're going to move on to the next event, so to speak, right? Let me get to sharing my screen again.
When I mix up the rooms, you want me to mix up the people or keep them in the same groups?
No, you can mix them all up. Yeah, mix them up just like we normally would, Jeff.
All right,
just mix them all up so they get to play. They get to play with new people, and have some good times, right? So this next one is the triathlon breakout, right? This is all about curiosity, vulnerability, and connection, right? And so it may not be as hard or as difficult maybe as the first one because we kind of jumped into this. Many of you may have gotten in here today and go, I don't know what to expect from Rodney. God only knows, right? I understand how you feel when that comes, right? But there's just three things, right? So learn something new about somebody in the group or yourself. Share something about yourself, I should say, to people in the groups that maybe they don't know. Right. Number two, reveal something surprising. Share a belief, experience, or passion that might surprise the group. Identify one shared value that you have with others, right? If you want to make true connections, you got to find that shared value. I'm sure there's a million and one reasons why Tim and I get along as good as what we do, and Lamar and I get along as good as what we do. But our veteran connection is one of those things that I think bonds us probably stronger than a lot of things out there, right? And so find that connection, right, that you have in common, or that value that you have in common with each other, right? And then go further into those conversations as much as you can. There's no specific roles here as much as like we did the first time, right? I think everyone's going to be an athlete. Everyone's going to be an audience. Everyone's going to be a judge. You don't have to rotate it as structured as what we did probably the first time. And so take a screenshot of that. Jeff, you good?
Good.
We're going for another 12 minutes, guys. I'll see you guys back here shortly. Have a good breakout. Who ran the distance?
Man, we didn't get the 1 minute warning that time. We just got bounced back to the big room.
I seen a 60-second warning.
I didn't in our room. Maybe it was there and I just missed it, but
there was something that blipped, but it was so quick I could not tell what had been on the screen, and I'm guessing that was probably the 60 minutes.
That means you guys were so engaged in the conversations you didn't even pay attention to it. That's good. That's good. Anybody learn anything surprising about somebody in their group? Maybe you don't want to share it. I don't know.
Yes.
We're recording this area. So yes, you're willing to share?
There were two people. Yes, there were two people in my group who are working on their pilot's license. So everybody but me.
Huh. Well, they need a passenger, so
yeah, we might need to know who they are, right? I don't know
if they want to out themselves. I will allow them to. I'm not going to out them if they don't want.
Barbara and Craig, they're raising their hands. I see them. Awesome. That is awesome, guys. So what else? I'm curious, like, what made you guys go get your license?
We redefined retirement. Instead of stopping working, you start doing work you want to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, if that's retirement, I've been retired almost most of my life.
brag.
I was about to say, if that's retirement, then I'm about to be retired and I'm only in my 30s.
I love retirement.
Rodney's been retired since he left the military.
I'm busier now than I ever was and I'm retired. Yeah. Busier now than I ever was. So I think there's all things. I mean, it's amazing the stuff that you can find out when you really start to ask questions and you're really listening intently to what's going on and have a little bit of structure. And so I would encourage you all, as you go to networking events, right? It's not a hi, my name is this is what I do, right? Drop that from your vocabulary, right? Drop that from your demeanor, right? Ask real questions. Joe, you married? You got kids? Have real questions about life and what's going on, and you'll be amazed, right, at the things that you can learn about other people and stuff, right? Learn that Amy is probably a hop, skip, and a jump from me because she's up in Mainville and stuff. We didn't know that, but those are cool things, because then that invokes you to go, well, we're that close, Amy. We might just have to have coffee someday, right? Catherine too. That's the same thing. Like, we haven't met one-on-one. We might just have to do that, right? And get that done and over with. I don't know why we haven't. So we're gonna go into this last one. It's 10:43, right? We're rolling right through things, right? And so share second screen. Keep it rolling. We're going to go into the last one. The last one is basketball assist, right? I told you guys earlier, I said, I think the most important person in a basketball game, not necessarily the person that is shooting the ball all the time, but it's the person who can visualize the entire floor and understand where might be the best move to throw the ball that we can actually score, right? And so I would ask you to, identify a person, a resource, or something that you can hopefully offer someone within your room. If you need some clarifying questions, feel free to do that, right, and get those things out. But in the end, I would love for all of us to be able to have something new, right, a new contact, a new resource, a new one-on-one that I'm going to go have, right, or something. If you haven't obtained that already today, right, this is going to be the opportunity to hopefully get that. Jeff, you good?
I'm good.
Everybody else good? I'll see you guys back here 9 or 10 minutes. Who'd you toss the ball to? Who scored the points? Who scored the shot? Right.
I'll just, if I get to say one thing, again, we got cut off before we came back. Chris, I'll send you their links in LinkedIn.
Yep.
Yeah, I just want you to know I did that on purpose, Joe. I was I was listening in and decided to cut you off. And so
Thanks. No, really, thanks.
Yeah, this is about the baton pass, right? And so part of this baton pass, which is our last event of the day, right, is about offering encouragement, advice, feedback to anything that you've heard today that maybe you didn't get a chance to pull in the room. When you offer the advice, you don't have to pass the baton necessarily to the person that you're offering advice to, but I would like you to offer the advice and then pass the baton to somebody so they can do the same. Okay. Joe, you want to kick us off?
I don't know what am I doing?
Do you have any further advice or encouragement to anybody specific in the room, and then pass the baton to somebody that can do the same?
No, like I say, I was just finishing the thing up. I'll pass it to Amy Crass. Throw you under the bus.
Man.
Thanks. What do you need me to do now?
Hey, well, first of all, take a minute and introduce yourself, Amy, because we are at 10:56 as well. Introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and what you're hoping to find in the group.
Hi, I started out doing architecture. I'm pivoting into the operations side, staying in construction, looking for assistant project manager position with a general contractor doing commercial construction.
Yeah, so if you know general contractors out there, right, that's who she wants to be connected with right now. Please help facilitate those conversations, right? Michelle, did you have something? Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Perfect. And while we're doing introductions, I'm going to go ahead and let Lori do hers as well. That way we don't miss out on those guys.
Well, thanks. Excuse me. Organizational and leadership jailbreaks, getting women out of their own way from the programming, getting companies out of their own way from their programming of we have to do it the way it's always been done, or we have to do it top down. And so I'm all about the human. And if you're looking for help with presentation, getting really clear with your message, becoming comfortable with speaking, all of that, that's me.
I like it.
And I'm looking for speaking engagements. So there you go, in companies.
Lori's here in Northern Kentucky, right?
Nope, Cincinnati.
You're in Cincinnati, okay?
Yeah.
In the Cincinnati area. So we're all down here in the South. Listen, guys. I mean, I had the blessing because I bounced around a little bit with different rooms and stuff today, and it's so incredible, right, and heartwarming when we walk into a room and people are truly engaged in conversations that are there to help each other, right? I know the one room I walked into with Catherine, I think, and Carla, somebody else was in there with them, just talking about how great it is to be able to come to a group like this that you can feel, you can open up your vulnerability and not be afraid of what's going to be said, what's going to be judged against you or anything like that. We know we've all grown in relationships that are that close together that it's okay to say things, right, in the breakout room. And oh, by the way, the breakout rooms aren't recorded, right? Only what we share back here in the main room gets recorded to be put into the article and stuff that gets published and stuff. And so because we don't have time for the baton passing, we're just we'll skip over that. But I will open it up one last time. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to share before we roll on for the day? Who has a one-on-one connection they'd like to make sure that they're making before they leave here? Barbara, who do you want to make sure you have a one-on-one with?
I work with contractors as well, Amy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to connect. I just sent you a direct message.
Commonalities are
Thank
huge. What else? Who else? Anybody? Brian, we got to hear how to go today again. I heard, but you're muted. You're muted. Brian had a tele interview or whatever, however you're saying.
Phone screen.
Phone screen. There you go. Thank you.
Still on.
Hold on. Technically
There we go.
challenged. There we go. Yeah, I had a phone screen, but not anymore, Jeff. I had a phone screen, and I feel like it went really well. It was pretty much just a conversation. I mean,
Tell them what you told me.
Those are the best kind.
It helps when you went to the same school and graduated from the same program as the person, so that's interviewing you. So that was kind of cool.
Got to find that commonality.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I did your creative stalking, Joe.
Find
There
the
you
things
go.
that you both like to talk about, right? And then it makes the conversation that much easier.
Yes.
You know, skills, as far as the talents that you bring, should be just that should almost be black and white, like we know what you're capable of because of your past and stuff like that. But I personally would rather interview for, like, can I get along with you? Like, are we going to make a good team together?
That's actually what about 40% of most hiring managers decide. And the test is, would I want to be stuck with this person on a business trip for a week?
Oh, great. I'm never going to get a job.
But that's kind of one of the tests. Would I want to be, or stuck in an airport with this person, for 3 hours waiting for a plane?
We didn't have those choices in the military, right, Lamar? Here's your sailors, here's your soldiers. Have a good time.
Yep.
No choice of who they were going to be or whatever, right? And so, listen, I hope you guys had a good time today. I mean, it was really just about being light and lifting each other up, hopefully finding new things about each other, right? And hopefully you made a discovery yourself of some direction that you can either improve upon or direction you need to change in your networking and relationship building, right? That will help you grow either in your journey of job search or in your business ventures, right? And stuff right now. And so 1101 guys, go out there, have a great week. And as always, I love you guys. All right.
Happy non-Monday, everybody. Have a great week.
Have a good week, everyone.